they want to spend time with their woman, right?
Okay.
Or maybe they're both workaholics and they don't spend enough time together. So then balance it out. One weekend, hey honey, we're gonna go out together. Let's have some adult fun. No children, anything, right? And then the next weekend, I used to tell my husband this all the time. Go play with your friends. I have no problem with that. Bye. Because when he would leave and do that, he would come back rejuvenated. The more times that we spent together and not apart, the more times we were likely to argue. The more times that we were likely to do all of those things because we were frankly sick and tired of seeing each other. So go play with your friends. It is okay.
Have a life
outside
this house.
Exactly. That is what happens when we lose ourselves.
People, it's okay to have a life outside your
It
kids
is
in your house. So you
okay.
I'm just saying, you were a whole person before. Okay, I'm back. I'm just saying, like, I don't get it. Like, folk, it's like we get so caught up in this routine.
Mm-hmm.
And don't really realize it till it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a habit and it's hard to break.
Mm-hmm.
So I think long as it's safe
Mm-hmm.
and it's communicated, depending on if you're single, then I mean who you got to communicate with. It ain't like you ask permission. But I just think that if adults communicate. Okay, so let's even go with the single person who has kids.
Okay.
And they've got they're co-parenting.
Okay.
I think that they should co-parent, but also make sure that the other person mentally is okay and relax and rejuvenate and saying, hey, it's been a while since you've, I think you've went and had some you time. Here, let me get the kids. Or let me give you a break. Like,
or even if
I
the
feel
folks
like
don't recognize that for themselves, for the person that is the parent at the time. So if it's the male being a custodial parent, saying, hey, I need a break for a second. Let me go chill with the homies. Let me go do X, Y, and Z.
I just want to go to the movies.
Go breathe. Let me go do something that does not require having a child with me. Same thing for women.
Yeah.
Hey, I need some time. I need some time to myself. A lot of times, and I got this, actually, a shout out to Stephanie Weaver, one of the best supervisors in the world. But she even said it. She said when she goes into her house, she tells her children, don't talk to her for 30 minutes. The first 30 minutes of going into the house.
My mom used to do that.
Don't talk to me for the first 30 minutes of going. And that is powerful if you really think about it. Because you need time to wind down.
Or decompress from whatever you just walked away from.
So you don't want to, and because what happens is when you don't do that and you're bombarded when you first come in, you are more likely to snap. You're more likely...
Or take out whatever the stressors of the day was, bring it home with you.
Yes, and take it home with you and then deflect that onto your children or project that onto your children.
Okay.
So it actually makes you a better parent to say, hey, 30 minutes to myself.
That's all I want.
You can come to me in 30 minutes and ask me all the questions you need for the day, everything else, 30 minutes. And that's okay. That's okay to do.
Okay. So, adult fun, because I know you got some statistics over there. My sister, she got statistics, y'all. Okay, so adult fun, when you correlate that to mental health, what does that medically do for a person?
So physiological, so your mental health and your physiological health, meaning your body and your mind. So your mind health and your body health, right, are one. There is not one without the other. So if you do not attend to one, the other will be impacted and vice versa. So taking a break, taking those times out, actually allows yourself, and not just your brain or your body, but it allows yourself to relax. It allows yourself to just breathe and take in the moment. If you look at the statistics within African Americans in general, it's not just diabetes or even if you look at just mental health. I'm not connected. If you just look at mental health in general, black women, here we go. Black women have higher percentages of mental health issues, and even the death rates and suicide rates among blacks have risen. So these are all things that lead to psychological distress. In order to alleviate psychological distress, we need to break from our stressful environment. We have to. We just have to. If we do not do that, then the weight of the world on our shoulders is an actual literal thing. And you will feel that physiologically. You will feel that in your body. You will feel that in your mind. You will be more tired. You will feel those types of things. And even though you think that you are an Energizer bunny, at some point in time, you gonna crash. At some point in time, you are going to crash. So yes. Okay. It's very important.
Okay, so I guess my next thing would be, I think a lot of people don't, or like, I'm not going to say I don't think people don't realize, I think people are starting more to realize the connection between mental health and self-care, self-love, self-being, and taking the time out to have adult fun. But I think that one of the pieces that we as a generation in the community need to touch on is taking away the stigma to talk about it and to actually touch all the pieces, not just one of the pieces. Because it's one thing to be like, oh, I take out time for some self-care. But if you're not having adult fun, if you're not making sure your mental's okay, if you're not making sure your physical's okay, like... Yeah. You're still gonna be like lacking somewhere, I think, in that.
And even if an adult fun, you can have adult fun by yourself. You can you can have an adult book, you can have an adult movie, you can have adult me time.
Right.
You know? So adult fun can be going out, like the Pamper Party series that you have, or
Margarita.
Right. Margarita Mondays.
Taco Tuesday.
Right. Or it could be anything that has absolutely nothing to do with economics and financial. It's just sitting back and reading a book, taking that time, enjoying that time with just you and yourself.
Right.
Yeah. So that in itself is very crucial.
Okay, so real quick, I'm going to shout out this week's sponsors again. Truce Tattoos, located at 3510 Taylor Boulevard. They are having their lingerie and masquerade Halloween tattoo party this Saturday, 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Tickets are still on sale. You can follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Truce, with an S, Truce Tattoos. Also, shout outs to Noir BCC. They are hosting a Speed Date, a corporation networking event November 1st at St. Matthew's Community Center. That event is free to the public. So bring lots of business cards and come out and be ready to speed date a corporation. You can follow them on Facebook. You can follow them on Twitter. They also have a website, Instagram. That is Noir, Noir BCC. They're also known as the Lake Chamber of Commerce here in Kentucky. So definitely check them out. You can also follow us, Power 106.3. on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, all your other, literally all of your streaming platforms. It's also known as KY Heart Media. That is our parent company. KYHeartMedia.com is our website. So Power 106 FM Radio, KY Radio, or FM. You'll find us all kind of ways. You definitely can tune in to us every day on your radio dial at Power 106.3. You can find me, Miss Naughty, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I think I'm on Snapchat too, but I don't use it, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Somebody gotta help me.
I'm not with the Snap.
I didn't understand it.
No.
But I got one, but I don't get it.
No, I can't get with the Snapchat.
I don't.
But I got everything else.
I don't get it.
Right.
But yes, that is MSNAUDDY, Miss Naughty, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm also on we have a YouTube channel, y'all. So it's Meeting in the Ladies Room, MILR Louisville. That's MILR Louisville. You can find Meeting in the Ladies Room Radio on all platforms. You may also find us under Meeting in the Ladies Room KY Radio. So shout outs to Candy Brews. They are this week's sponsor also. So thank y'all for tuning in. Tonight we are talking about our monthly segment, Self-Love, Self-Care. The topic was mental health and adult fun. We will be talking about self-love, self-care every third Wednesday from 8 to 10 p.m. with Begin to Talk Radio, which is debuting November on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Yes. So definitely please tune in. And if you have not heard, yes, Power 106.3, we have lots and lots of content and shows coming your way all through the week. We just released our official lineup for the fall winter of 2019. Y'all, we have over 21 shows. We have something for everybody. And if you did not know, we have a gospel power hour happening on Sundays from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. So for my church folk, y'all was like, y'all ain't got nothing for me. We got something for y'all too. So we got Sundays. We gonna get you spiritually ready for the week. But we have talk shows, we've got podcasts, we've got radio shows, we got your old school hip hop, we've got your all types of genre of music. We have our LGBT community on board. So shout outs to the whole Power 106 family and team. We are trying to be the independent voice for the people and give everybody a voice. So yes, thank y'all for tuning in. Definitely follow our website because it has everything on it. Follow our Facebook, our Instagram. We're definitely going to keep you up to date and keep you guys in the know. So we have about 10-20 more minutes to talk. I feel like that's the time for us to get some real grown folk talk. Y'all know I love my grown folk talking some good old tea.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to bring up Wendy Williams.
Okay.
I'm going to use her as an example.
All right.
Okay, she's in her 50s now.
Yes.
And she's going through this divorce with her long-term husband. Shout out to Wendy Williams. She is known for having substance abuse issues and things of that nature. Has one child.
She's very open.
Was very open. Had one mate and all of that. And a lot has come out in the last year and a half. A lot of rumors, a lot of confirmation. She's divorcing him. He had a baby on, a whole baby. Had the woman living in the house she was paying for, basically.
A whole baby.
Like a whole lot of stuff. Yeah. And
she even had her different, her different views. She even said, I've dealt with a lot from him. But when
that baby, that's a whole other. And you know what? And I think that's the thing that women, you have that like line in the sand that you draw. There's so many things you will put up with, but then there's that one thing that you. So for some women, it's cheating. Some women, it's physical abuse. Some women, STD or a baby.
A baby.
I feel like you can't turn back from sometimes a baby. Now there's situational stuff. Yes. If we split up and you went out here and got your boogie on because I'm single and you messed around, and we get back together, that's different. But you made a choice. But you made a choice. So now you got to suck it up.
You were getting yourself into when you're going back in there.
Right.
Having a whole baby and not knowing. There's no choice.
Shout
out to Wendy.
Woo, child. So a lot of people try to criticize a lot of the stuff because they call her the queen of being talk.
Yeah.
And they said she had a mental breakdown and all of this. And my thing was, in our society, why not have sympathy for this woman?
Of course.
Why not be like, damn, that's messed up. Excuse the language, y'all. I'm taking all the fines this month. Hey, October's almost over. I'm not taking no more fines for nobody after November 1st. Y'all better get them in while y'all can. But a lot of people I felt that should have been like, pause, y'all. We out. She just somebody that's in the spotlight that got a little money, but there's a lot of us that have been in some of this situational stuff. Why are we dogging her for it? Was that possibly a lesson to her? I think so. It made her stop and analyze the things, but she's made her name by being in radio, by being in talking about the latest info, gossip, whatever. So I think she knew what that came with, but there was a key component of her mental well-being, considering she is a still recovering addict.
And she paused from that show. She took a break. She was like, no, I have to go and get myself together for a second You had all the.
I got to do this for me.
Yeah, you had all those different guests. Nick Cannon.
Yeah,
you had all those different guests.
Which I applaud her for